Hi, my name is Kara Hawthorne and I am teaching this InDiv 101 language course over winter session. This is me here in this photo. I am a linguist. I specifically study how babies learn to talk, and we're going to learn a little bit about this near the end of the course. And I'm also a climber and a yoga teacher, so that's a little bit about me. So this introductory lecture is just going to cover a little bit of logistical information, and it's important that you listen to this whole lecture because there will be a secret word hidden somewhere in this that you will need to use when you take your syllabus quiz, and you have to get 100% on the syllabus quiz in order to access the rest of the course content. So if you're watching this video, I'm assuming that you managed to find the course website and that you are familiar with the content tab. The other tabs that we're going to be using are the discussion tab. Once you have passed the syllabus quiz, there will be a discussion forum here and you'll be able to post responses to that. We will also be using the Dropbox for your assignments. Your first Dropbox submission is due tomorrow at 10 p.m. It's mini paper 1 topic proposal. This is just a short little blurb about your proposal for mini paper 1. Once you access the course material for Monday, December 21st, you'll see a little bit more of a description for what's expected of that topic proposal. If you haven't used the Dropbox on D2L before, it can be a little complicated. You click Add a File, and then you're going to click Choose a File, which will let you browse through your computer, sort of like uploading an email attachment. And then once you've hit that, once you've selected the correct one, you'll click Upload, and then Submit. So it's a little redundant. Add a file, browse for the file, upload, submit. So make sure that you actually get your submissions in on time. I do expect you to be able to use D2L, so just you want to double check on these things. The grades is where your grades will be posted. Nothing's there now. And the other tab that we'll be using is quizzes. And here we have the syllabus and calendar quiz. You're allowed to take this particular quiz as many times as you want. You just have to get 100% before you access the rest of the course content. And this is just because in an online setting, you need to be really on top of things. We only have 14 class days to do a whole semester's worth of work. So things are going to come fast and deadlines are not flexible. There's not really any time for flexibility. If you know that you're going to be out of town, however, away from internet access for a day or two, get in touch with me immediately to let me know that so that we can, give you a little bit of flexibility. But other than that, the deadlines are very strict. So the syllabus and the calendar are both here under the Content tab. In case you don't know, this button right here, Undock, it opens it in a new window, which makes it a little bit easier to see more of the document at a time. So this is me, my contact information. I also can be reached at kara.hawthorne@gmail.com. I might email you from that address. I'm available for virtual office hours, so that would be chatting on D2L, or we can just both be online at the same time, emailing back and forth by appointment. I will also be available in person on the following dates, also by appointment. You should read through the class description and objectives on your own. Also note that all of the lectures, readings, and videos are required. All of the content will be organized by date, so each date will have a little folder. They will be added slowly as the winter session goes. I haven't gotten everything put together yet. But under each date, everything posted there will be required unless I tell you otherwise. Grading is something you're probably interested in. Grades will be based on a strict point system. 89 points is a B, 90 points is an A. That's not flexible. If you're concerned that you might end up with 89 points or 79 points, there is an extra credit option. You can earn up to 2 points of extra credit by participating in a linguistics experiment. You should email Andy Weedle at this email address to set that up. You want to do that as soon as possible because you also have to work around his schedule. If you're out of town, I can give you an alternative extra credit assignment, which would be a reading and writing type thing. So the other requirements break down in the following way, and below on the syllabus there's a little bit more of a description of each of these. Online participation is going to happen via the D2L discussion forum. Unlike a regular in-person class, you're gonna have to participate. Sometimes in an in-person class, you can just sort of sit in the back and coast through on your classmates' comments and questions. But here, you're going to be graded very directly based on your participation. 25 points out of a total of 100 points, so it's a quarter of your grade, these discussion boards. Each discussion board is worth up to 5 points, and there are 6 of them, so your lowest score will be dropped. In order to receive full credit for participating in a discussion, you have to do 2 things. First, you have to post an initial response on or before 10 p.m. on the day in which the discussion is listed on the course calendar. And then by 10 p.m. the next day, you have to respond to at least one comment from a classmate. And these can't just be trite sort of responses. They have to demonstrate that you have thought carefully about the questions and the comments, integrating course concepts and maybe some knowledge that you already came into the class with. So for example, the first discussion is scheduled for the first day of class, Monday, December 21st. To get your full 5 points, you have to post a thoughtful initial response by 10 p.m. on Monday and a thoughtful follow-up by 10 p.m. on December 22nd. This should say 10 p.m. That's what it says on the course calendar. That's the official 10 p.m. Alright. There will also be 2 mini papers. These will be reviewed by your peers and by the instructor. The first one's coming up really quickly. Your topic is due tomorrow, so there's a discussion of the topics here. Once you access the course content for December 21st, after you pass that syllabus quiz, there will be a little bit more of an in-depth discussion of what I expect for your topic proposal. Alright. Each of these papers will be peer-reviewed, and these will be graded. It's really important that you submit your draft on time. If you don't submit it on time, you lose the entire 15 points for peer review. It's not fair to your classmates if you submit the draft late, because they also have their own schedules to work with. Again, if you can't make one of these deadlines, you have to let me know well ahead of time and with a valid excuse. Alright. Oh, and then after the peer review process, you will be resubmitting your papers, as it says here. Your revisions are for 10 points for each paper, and that will happen on the last day of class. Okay, there are 2 quizzes on D2L. These will be using the quiz feature. You have 24 hours to log into D2L, but once you begin the quiz, you only have an hour to complete it. Of course, the quizzes are open book, open note. I'm not going to be there looking over your shoulder. But just be aware that we use concepts often very differently than other people do, and your grade will be based on the concepts, the way that we use them in this class. Alright, so you want to read through these course policies. Just want to make sure that you note a few things. Deadlines are not flexible without my prior approval. Also, I can't guarantee immediate response to your emails. I will check my email once a day at least during weekdays. But you need to plan ahead if you need a response to something by a particular day. Late work is not accepted. Here's a policy on technical problems. This is really, really important. Make sure you read through that. There's also a policy on group work and academic integrity, which you also want to make sure that you're familiar with. You're also responsible for the following university policies. Okay. The course calendar, just briefly. As I said before, this is a 3-credit course. It has full requirements of a full semester course squeezed into 14 days, so it's going to be intensive. It's going to be exciting. A lot of work, but sometimes it can be really fun to delve into a topic in a sort of short period of time. You should expect to spend 2 or 3 hours a day on sort of class type activities, the lectures, the videos, the readings, the discussion, and mini papers, the peer reviews, the exams you'll have to budget additional time for that, because those are sort of like external homework assignments in other classes. So as you can see here, again, everything is due at 10 p.m. on the date listed. So yes, and here it is reindeer. So when you're taking that syllabus quiz, you want to answer reindeer. Alright, I look forward to working with you guys this semester. Let me know if you have any comments or questions about this. And I will see you on the next lecture.